So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and thank you so much for coming along and watching this video. And I wonder, how is everybody's January going, and how are those New Year's resolutions? I mean, I'm 17 days now into dry January, and I wonder how many of you are doing that. Let me know in the comments below and we can support one another through this difficult time. I mean, I like a drink as much as the next person. You probably all know that from watching these vlogs. But I usually do it nearly every year, and mostly I'm successful, sometimes I fail. But this year's been quite easy because I've got a goal, I've got a motivation. We've got the baby coming 20th of March, which I've talked about in some of the previous vlogs. So I've got a bit of a focus. Some people have told me, well, a lot of people have told me that we're both going to be quite sleep deprived, we're going to find it tricky at times, challenging. So I thought, what better time to get myself in tip-top shape, ready for the challenge ahead. So in last week's sale preview, we looked at 3 very interesting but very different items. And in a moment we're going to go and see what the auction was like, how that went, and what my estimates were like. But first, I thought I'd give you a few bits of sale room news. The first sale of 2019 was on a Monday, so our first real Monday sale. For 30 years, we've held our auctions on a Sunday, and last year, around summertime, we decided to make a change for 2019 and hold the auctions on a weekday, giving everybody, all the staff, Saturday and Sunday off, so a bit more of a normal working week and more family time. But we debated it over and over again. Was it going to work? You know, would people still come to the sale? They've always known a weekend sale, and we get private buyers and trade buyers alike. So we really didn't know how it was going to affect it, and we were a little bit nervous, truth be told. But we had the sale on Monday, and you know what? It was a real success. Not much change. There was lots of interest online. There were a few new faces at the sale room, which was nice. Prepared a little graph for some analysis. So each one of these bars represents a sale last year, going from July right up to the last sale in December. So you can see an average of what most antique and collectible sales end up with a total hammer price. Now if we stick on the end, the first sale of the year, as you can see, it's right up there among some of the better sales of 2018. But what remains to be seen is this good result just because it was the first sale of the year and everybody's keen to get back into it? We'll only really know that when we get a few more sales under our belt. The other bit of sale room news I've got for you, today I got a phone call from BBC production team of the Antiques Road Trip, and they're going to be coming over and filming for season 19 at some point in May. So they're going to film one of the auctions in May. Now I've been involved in probably about 4 or 5 episodes of that in the past, and it's always good fun, it's good advertising for the sale room, it's good to be involved in a professional production. But what's more, this time we've actually got Antiques Road Trip royalty coming in, Christina Trevignon and Charles Hanson. So it should be a lot of fun. But I'll keep you updated on that, and we'll probably do, for the YouTube video anyway, we'll probably do a bit of a behind the scenes if possible, show what it's like for us inside a family auction house when the BBC come. But anyway, let's have a look at the sale review with the first item. So here's the first rostrum footage of 2019. So hopefully you'll notice the image quality is a little bit better. Someone actually asked me and made a comment about how the footage looks slightly different, and it's because I always used to film on a smartphone because it was a bit more discreet and a bit more portable. And I was always worried, a bit self-conscious about filming on the rostrum, worried that people out there might see me and what they'd think. But I'm a little bit over that now, so we're able to take, me and Jamie set up the big camera with a proper microphone. And here I'll show you the difference between the footage so you can see that's what it used to be like, that's what it's like now. So hopefully bringing you better videos from now on from the auctioneering perspective. Lot 81's the British 1821 pattern Royal Artillery sword. So we'll start off with the sword, the Royal Artillery sword. On the day of the sale it ended up with 13 wishlist watchers, so people watching it online, and we actually start off with an internet bid. Bids on the book and with the internet start online at 60, 70's my bid, looking for 75. So the book's quickly beating the internet, and it's down to the room bidder and a commission bid. 70 on bid, 5 in the room, 85, 95, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140 and 5, 150 I'm out, 160, 170 we're looking for, it's a room bid at 160, beat the commission. At 160 in the room then, all done and sure. so all commission bid and room, and at 160, just like an old-fashioned auction there, no real internet apart from that initial bid, and it's sold in the room at 160 to a collector, so that's going to a good home, and it's right in that estimate bracket, so we're off to a good start for 2019. And next up were those really interesting coins from the Honourable East India Company, and this was definitely my favourite lot in the sale, the ones I found the most interesting. And although I said they were interesting but not particularly valuable, and I thought they'd make between 40 and 80. Lot 400 is a collection of 10 East India Company copper coins, thought to be from the wreck of the Admiral Gardner, which sank in the Goodwin Sands 1809, each one stamped 10 cash. Internet bids £26, 28 we're looking for in the advance. Bids £26, internet 28 let's see in the advance. All done with it then, 26, 28 in the room, 30, 35, 40. Room bid at £35, 40 at £35. In the room at £35, if you're all done and sure, 35. So if it wasn't for that room bidder, they would have ended up at only 26 on the internet. So 35, just below that bottom estimate. So bit of a disappointment there. I really thought they'd do better. There's 10 coins there. Admittedly, they weren't in the best condition, but you know, you lose track of the times I've heard somebody say, "Oh, you know, it all depends who's there on day." I thought they were a great buy at 35. Okay, so the last item we looked at last week was those all bisque miniature dolls and teddy bears, all pin jointed and made by the German manufacturer of Hertwig. Now that was the wish list item last week, so at the time it was in the top slot, but as I told you, it was jostling for position all the time with that sword. But the dolls ended up winning. On sale day we had 16 watches, and we also had a telephone bidder waiting. Now I said that I thought £100 to £200, so let's see how they get on. Before we start this lot, I thought I'd share another feature, and it's this little box above. That's the Auctioneer view screen. That's what Jamie and I see when we're auctioneering. It gives us all kind of information about the internet and internet bidding. First up is the lot number there. That obviously tells us what lot we're currently on, and for me in particular that's sometimes useful. We have a ruler on the sales sheets, but sometimes if that gets knocked, I really forget what lot we're on, so that's always handy to keep track of there. There's also a picture of the item. Sometimes you can't really process what the description is when you're kind of on autopilot with reading the description, so having the image there, that really helps you know what lot you're on. In the top right corner there, it tells you where the bids are coming from, whether they're UK or any other country. The big area there that shows internet and a number, that's the value of the internet bid. So straight away with these Hertwig dolls, we can see we've already broken that top estimate. Now the figures below, that tells you the current bid and what we're asking. And right at the very bottom, that all pertains to what the previous lot was, so that helps the commission clerk if they missed any of that info. But anyway, let's start. Feeling pretty good about this one. 431 now is the 3 Hertwig miniature bisque teddy bears. With pin see the bids going up.
Along with 2
we're not even started.
With telephone bidder waiting, the internet's firing away now. We're at 320 online, 340, 360, 380 with you. Internet bids at 360, 380 we're looking for. We'll try the telephone, 380.
That's Uncle Steve, you can just hear.
380 with the telephone. 400 we're looking for from the internet. It's at 380
and
with the
double that top estimate.
420. Telephone's out, we're with the internet then at £400, looking for 420 elsewhere. At £400 now, if you're all done and sure, internet bid.
So yeah, £400, and we all have learnt something this sale, all about those Hertwig dolls and how collectible and valuable they are. Double that top estimate. So it's good to get back on the gavel for 2019, and it looks like the Mondays are going to work for us, so that's good for everybody. So join me next week in 7 days. These videos are every Saturday, and next week we're going to be doing another sale preview, so looking at some more interesting items. If you haven't done so, subscribe to this channel, just click the red button below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and have a really great week.